Alexa, stop playing. Oh my goodness. Listen, job changes, family drama, health crisis, relationship failures, divorces. The list go on and on and on. Life sometimes for curveballs after curveballs and unending, right? So tonight, let's talk about self-compassion. Let's talk about self-compassion. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Berlin. I am a psychiatric nurse, a lifestyle strategist with Think Feminine, a lifestyle brand curated for busy women like you and I who are embracing our womanhood. And the aim is to do it with ease. Welcome to Mindful Monday. Welcome to Mindful Monday. Listen, as we step into February, I want to invite you into a softer way of being, okay? Welcome in. If you are a nurse, say hello. If you are an entrepreneur, busy mom, career women, as you watching this live, say hello. If you are, if you're not watching it now, you'll be watching it later. Don't hesitate, say hello, okay? Let me know you're watching. Listen, the nurse in me has to do this, okay? I don't know where you are, if you're at home, if you're standing, if you're sitting. Let's take a deep breath in and release slowly, okay? Nothing to fix, nothing to prove, just being, okay? Just being. Listen, yes, let's talk about being gentle with yourself. Let's talk about being gentle with yourself. We all need to hear this, okay? I need to hear it over and over and over. Let me just quickly share to my group. As you come and say hello, it's gonna go by so fast, so fast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yes, ladies, let's talk about self-compassion. Okay? As we step into February, yes, that's where we at. January, we had 4 lives back to back every Monday. So we're going to continue doing this every Monday. And again tonight, the topic is being gentle. Okay, just be gentle. Just be gentle. Just be gentle. We have enough pressure. We have enough curveballs coming at us. We have enough stressors, enough family drama. We have our to-do list keeps growing. We have enough, okay? So it's time to start showing some compassion to yourself, okay? And this is something many women, many of us struggle with, right? Even though we give it freely to others, to be honest. Many of us struggle with giving yourself a little love, just patience, okay? Sometimes we motivate ourselves through criticism, unfortunately. Okay, we motivate our, it's like it's a constant motion, movement, and pushing through. But we must realize change, right? A lot of times we're doing it because we want to change our lifestyle. We want to change our circle, our financial situations. We want to change, we want to, grow the company. We want to grow the business. We want to, climb the corporate ladder. So, it's like, but listen, we have we have to show ourselves grace. We have to understand what we're up against. A lot of times we're doing it while we're sick. We're doing it while we have mountains of responsibilities. And we compare, right? We compare. But we must understand everyone have their own, we all have our own loads. So just because so and so is doing it well, or is doing it, you know, you know, perfectly, we don't know so and so's situation. Okay, we don't know. So give yourself grace. Be patient with your situation. Be patient with where you are. You want to lose that weight, right? You want to grow that business. Growth does not come from stress, right? It comes from care. And it's first begin with caring for you. And what I also want to talk about, self-criticism, right? Because a lot of times we're doing it while we're criticizing. We want to see ourselves going from point A to point B, but we are so hard on ourselves, right? Why did, I thought, you were supposed to. You know what that does? It triggers the brain threat system, which releases cortisol. And that's what, and cortisol, before I begin, continue, is your stress hormone. That's why a lot of times, we're trying to lose the weight, right? And we're like, why can I lose the weight? It's because we're so hard. We're stressing too much about it. Okay? Why can I, listen, okay, just take a step back. Take a step back and understand you need gentleness. And many of us, depending on our culture, depending on the culture you grew up in, my culture does not facilitate gentleness, unfortunately, for women like me. It does not facilitate it. It doesn't give you that space to just be gentle. That's why a lot of times we have to give it to ourselves. We have to create it. We have to find it. And at first, it's gonna seem a little, unfamiliar, a little awkward. However, just keep at it. Keep at it. It will come. Okay? And it's I can say it about this brand. Okay? With Think Feminine, right? When I first started, it sounded so, it's like, ooh, how is the response gonna be? How is this brand going to be received? You know, of course, at first, it gave me a pause because, I've listened to, certain individuals, right? And I'm like, you know, but still, it's needed. It's needed, and no matter where you are in your embracing womanhood journey, your lifestyle journey, gentleness, okay, is needed, especially in a time, we're living in. Gentleness is needed, and it's gonna have to be you, okay? I know sometimes we wait for others to give that to us, right? We want others to give that to us. Oh, just be gentle with me, love me, right? But I want us to give it to ourselves. We deserve it, okay? I want us to start creating an environment that facilitate a gentle state of being. So we're gonna start with stopping the way we talk about ourselves. We're gonna stop with not being so harsh, okay? Again, gentle, because then being gentle with yourself is like acknowledging your feelings, acknowledging how you know, what your needs are. And it helps boost your self-confidence, believe it or not. When you start acknowledging who you are, acknowledging your needs and walking through them, it literally, okay, then it's no longer, okay, they have to give this to me. I need it from my job. I need it from my customers. I need it from my spouse. You're giving it to yourself. It doesn't feel so awkward. It doesn't feel, even if you did not grow up in an environment which gave that to you. Seek it, okay? Seek it. And a lot of times, what I'm gonna add, start having that inner dialogue, because it helps, especially when we're going against, when we're going after, an opportunity or a job or whatever that may be, or before an interview, before a big meeting that we know that meeting matters, right? It's that this is what's gonna. That's when the pressure comes. That's when we start like, doubting who we are. Like, oh my gosh, and then, oh, you didn't do this, or you didn't, start having that inner dialogue. Like, listen, you got this. Okay, positive self-talk. You got this. Okay, because then now you become your own coach. Coaching yourself through life, coaching yourself, through pressure, that we all know. We know. And a lot of times, sometimes, what we do, right? Because, when we are in a situation, hello, Karen, hi, hello. You know how sometimes we in a situation and we, start thinking, Karen, we're talking about, I don't know if you're just coming through, self-compassion, having, you know, being gentle, basically. We're being more gentle with ourselves going forward. We have to give it to ourselves. Okay, the world is not gonna give it to us. I'm telling you right now, it's not. We have to give it to ourselves. So, one thing I'm gonna say, because every week, right? Every week we have a little assignment. This is what we're gonna do this week. I want you to start noticing how you're talking to yourself. Okay? How are you talking to yourself? And you know what's important as well? Someone, having an accountability partner. You know, it could be your kids, it can be a friend, it can be your sister, you know, it can be your husband, your boy, whomever. Have someone, explain to someone, listen, whenever, you know, I start that negative self-talk, remind me. Let me know I'm doing it. Because sometimes we do it without even realizing. And with me, I do it sometimes without, oh my goodness, you know? And sometimes my husband has to be like, listen, you remember you said, I'm like, oops, okay. You know, I do it to my kids. If they start, you know, talking negative, I said, we don't do that. So having an accountability partner, having someone that can remind us, stop talking negatively about yourself, okay? Start being more gentle with yourself, okay? And, you know, if, let's say, you know, something doesn't go as planned, what would you say to someone you love, right? You will start, you know, being kind. Oh, you know, it's the same way. Do it to yourself. Do it to yourself. You know, catch yourself and start reverse it. Reverse it. Okay? We need to start showing ourselves give ourselves some grace, okay? Show some grace. You know, we have enough we're dealing with. We have enough, right? We have enough in our plate, right? You know, if you're an entrepreneur, you know the pressure. Okay? If you're a salesperson, if you're a business owner, you know. If you're a nurse, you know the pressure. Okay? You know the pressure. You know what we're going through. So start giving yourself grace. The compassion you give to others, the understanding you give to others, start giving it to yourself. Okay? So this week, we're going to start practicing positive self-talk. And if this conversation, okay, resonates, let's continue it. Okay, join our Think Feminine lifestyle community. Let me pin it in the comments. Okay, because right now, right after this live, I'm gonna show myself a little compassion because I'm extremely tired, and I'm gonna go listen. Yes, okay, rest is showing compassion. Positive self-talk, positive self-talk is it does wonder. Okay, it does wonder. Let me quickly pin the Think Feminine lifestyle community in. So if you're watching this live, feel free to join us. Next Monday, we're coming here. Our lives, not long, okay? Short lives. But I welcome you. I welcome you to join me every Monday. So we have those little conversations. Feel free to comment. How do you deal with stress? How do you show yourself compassion, guys? How do you show yourself compassion? How are you being more gentle with yourself? Okay, because remember, we're not living life the way we did back in 2025. We're doing things differently. Okay, we're doing it differently this year. We are living our lifestyle with intention. We're being more intentional about everything we do. Okay, and because we understand that growth comes through care. Okay, that's how we're gonna grow. So positive self-talk, be gentle with yourself, show yourself some grace. Okay, have that inner dialogue, you know, start being more gentle, and don't wait on others to give it to you. Start giving it to yourself. Start creating your own environment. That's the key. Start creating it. Not, you know, because sometimes we want people to be nice to us. We want others to start treating us, you know, understand me, understand me. Listen, sometimes that understanding does not come. Sometimes it can only comes from you. So let's do it, okay? Let's start some positive self-talk. That's the goal this week. Positive self-talk. And on Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday. Let me see some posts, okay, in the group. Let me see some posts about positive self-talk. And let's continue embracing our womanhood, and let's do it with ease, because that's how we're gonna achieve the balance we so needed. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's meet up again Monday, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Be safe, be blessed, and show yourself some compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Positive, yes, positive self-talk. Okay, positive self-talk this week. That's what we're doing. Positive self-talk. And I'm about to do some positive self-talk soon, and every day. Okay, every day for this year we're doing it. Okay, thank you so much. If you're watching, if you're just popping through, thank you. Make sure you watch the replay, and feel free to comment how you're gonna start practicing positive self-talk and how you've been doing it, because I know many of my ladies, I've seen, I have some wonderful ladies in this community. So let me know how you're practicing positive self-talk, and start being more gentle with yourself. That's the aim. That's the goal. Let's go, February. February is the love month, so I'm excited about February. Thank you so much. Let's embrace womanhood, ladies. Let's think feminine. Bye-bye.